We're here at the beautiful surroundings of Hereford Rugby Club with Ivan Powell. I'm just loving the view out the background with the cathedral. Also got the River Wye behind there. It's a beautiful place to play rugby.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great place. A really good location. Obviously, it's near the city centre as well. Players have a bit of a jog up the riverbank as well to get some air in their lungs. So yeah, it's a great place to play rugby.
How did you get involved in the rugby club?
So I came to, I'm from Hereford, born and bred in Hereford, joined the police at 19 years of age, got posted away, and then I had the opportunity to come back to Herefordshire as a member of the drug squad actually in 1988. Came down the rugby club, and the rest is history, as they say. You know, made some great friends along the way, but probably most notably the club president here is Spencer Goodall. We became great friends, and he was best man at my wedding. So I've made some really good friends here.
Were you involved in the game against Bath in the Pilkington Cup? I speak because Spencer played in that, and
he did. Yeah, I wasn't actually. A bit of a set of circumstances. A guy called Keith, or Gus Grisman, as affectionately known, was actually injured in training on the Thursday night before the game on the Saturday. Unusually, I'd arranged to work on the Saturday. So I got the call to play, but I had to turn it down. And of course, ironically, I later on that week spoke to my supervisor. He said, "Oh, if you'd asked me, you'd have been able to play." But of course, it's part of folklore. Yeah, it was a great game of rugby. Bath were really praiseworthy in the way that they were, I suppose, as close to a professional side, a host of international players, and they acknowledged after the game that at half time, it was the only time in that season where they'd had to seriously think about the style of rugby that they were playing and change their game.
In the previous round, was it Tyndale? You had 1,500 people here.
Yeah.
What are the attendances like now in the modern era?
Well, I mean, obviously they vary. Depends a little bit on the weather. A little bit on results, but you know, we average between 300 and 400 people on a Saturday when the first team are at home. We've had a real resurgence in our second team, who we call our 1870s side, and we get a couple of hundred people in home games for the 1870s. So that's pretty standard, really, now.
You're currently in Tier 6 of the rugby pyramid.
That's right, yeah.
Are there plans to go up, or are you happy being at this level?
Well, we always we are truly a grassroots amateur club. So what we say to our players is, we give you the opportunity to play the best rugby that you're able. You know, we employ some coaching staff who get the best out of the natural and local talent that we've got, and those players and the teams will get where they get. You know, the ambition is truly theirs, and as the committee of the club and all of the volunteers who support the club, you know, we are here to support the sides, and they will achieve the success that they achieve.
How have you bounced back off the field after the horrific floods in 2020? Because this place was all underwater, wasn't it? And how have you managed to recover from that horrible scenario?
Yeah, so I'm sure people will remember John Kay from the BBC 6 o'clock news came here at that particular time. In fact, I still keep in touch with John occasionally by text. Yeah, it was absolutely devastating. There was about at least 18 inches of flood water throughout the club. You know, the furniture was all soaked on its back. And we kind of mildly smiled. You know, in a grim time, we found some bits of humour. We'd left some naan breads in the oven, so that at least had managed to soak up some of the flood. But we were really truly devastated. But ironically, it gave us as a club an opportunity. It really galvanised. There were a core group of about 12 volunteers who really came together. But we need to acknowledge a whole group of suppliers and the like who did us favours with giving us equipment at cost and those kinds of things. But it absolutely transformed the club. Where I'm sat now, actually, before the floods, we'd have been stood outside in the stand. So what we were able to do is to extend the size of the clubhouse. We put in these panoramic windows, as you know, we've mentioned already. Completely revitalised the club. I've been on record many times saying my heartfelt thanks to all of those who were involved in that, and I genuinely mean it. We could not have done it without. We stopped counting at 1,500 hours of volunteering time. It was just incredible. So yeah, so the flood was devastating. We sit on a floodplain. We've always got that flood risk, but we've turned adversity into opportunity.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Ivan. Thank you for your time, and best of luck moving forward and for the rest of the year and next season as well.
Right, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.